Hello, everyone. I hope and I wish you are all doing fantastic. It's so good to have here and interact with you people and launching our every single webinar. So, let us get into this. Here we are, Cloud Odyssey came up with another fantastic webinar for the month of April 2024, which is none other than Salesforce Automotive Cloud. I'm so eager as like you people. So before getting into that webinar, just I would like to have some conversation with you people. What is the current? I have a question for you, in fact. What is the current trending topic going on at present? You can utilize the comment section as well. Yes, of course, it's IPL season. And even I'm so eager to watch the match. And today's match is between SRH and RCB, I guess. Team, my dear attendees, for your information, it is at 7 p.m. So we can happily complete our webinar today by 5, learn a lot about this automotive cloud, and then jump into our IPL match. Also, I would like to just another trending topic which is going on at present moment is the elections. Yes, I suggest every individual here to cast your vote. It's a primary responsibility of every citizen. So please utilize your opportunity and cast your vote. With that, let us jump into our webinar. And before jumping into our webinar, I would like to tell about this month, April. This month, April, is so special in our Cloud Odyssey journey. Why? Because in April 2023, that's the first time we started our webinar. In fact, the meetup. From April 2023 onwards, every single month, we are coming up with one webinar on a latest emerging cloud platform from the Salesforce ecosystem or on the MuleSoft. And every single quarter, we did a meetup in collaboration with Bangalore communities, in collaboration with Salesforce communities and the MuleSoft communities. And we have done an event in other cities as well. And now we come into the second year. So this is the first webinar from second year, April 2024. That's why we want to give some double bonanza to our audience. In fact, what it is, as for this particular session, we are bringing two architects. In fact, one going to talk about a holistic perspective about the Salesforce Automotive Cloud, and another architect going to give us a good idea about the platform overview and the platform look, in fact, with a demo. So without any further ado, let me introduce our today's architects to the forum. So at first, I want to introduce our first architect, who is none other than Mohammad Shazin, who is a principal engineer, solution engineer at Salesforce India, having more than a decade experience, and who architected multiple enterprise projects in the automotive industry and also in the manufacturing industry. Say hi, Shazin.
Hey, hi everyone.
Welcome to the webinar.
Hey, thanks for having me here.
So good to have you here. And how are you feeling about it?
Yeah, very excited, man. Looking forward for the conversations in the next hour.
Exactly. Even I'm super excited about this. And then we are having another architect as well here with us today, who is none other than Raghu Prasad Halekere, who is a senior technical architect from Cloud Odyssey and as a practice director as well. He have a robust experience of 15 plus years, and he architected multiple enterprise projects within the edutech, pharmaceutical, manufacturing, automotive, whatnot, multiple industries. We are having Raghu with us. Hi, Raghu.
Hello. Good to see you.
Hi. Same here, Raghu. So good to see you both in single forum.
Awesome. Happy to be here.
Hi, Sajin. It's love to be here. So that's why, without any further ado, just even people are so interested in it, let us start the topic. And seriously, we'll have these conversations. We'll have some couple and question and answers in between this. And for the audience, just to maintain the integrity in the session, we are keeping the audience Q&A at the end. So please, whoever having questions, just right away comment it in the chat section. I'll go through one after the other. At the end, our architects will answer your questions. I hope it is clear for all of our audience. Please do that just to maintain the integrity over the session. With that, let us start into this. Shajan, I would like to start with you. So first of all, whenever we heard about this word Salesforce Automotive Cloud, we can get that glimpse like it is about for the automotive industry. But what is it so special? Why Salesforce designed it for this particular industry? What is this cloud about? Can you give us a glimpse to our audience? First, what is it about, and then into the topic.
Sure, Vasant. Before I get into what or how Salesforce looks at automotive as an industry, let me maybe give a couple of liners on automotive cloud. It's one of our key industry clouds that Salesforce has launched recently, focusing specifically on automotive as an industry. What it helps our automotive customers do is leverage out-of-box capabilities which are relevant for the industry, be it on sales and service side of things, and start building their own processes on top of it. I'll get into more details, and I know Raghu is also keen to show some of the demos around this. So I'm sure the audience will get a little bit more than a sneak peek today when we do the demo. But let me just start with a quick narrative on how we Salesforce look at automotive as an industry in the next 7 to 8 minutes. First of all, thanks on behalf of Salesforce. Thanks for all the audience who are here, spending the next an hour or so trying to understand how Salesforce looks at automotive and how, along with partners like Cloud ODC, we are bringing solutions for the automotive industry, specifically in India. To start with, let me give a view of the trends that we as Salesforce are witnessing in the automotive business and some of the imperatives that we see are relevant for automotive players, specifically in the OEM side. Starting with how every customer is now digitally online, right? So any customer, be it who are a new vehicle owner or someone who's like or looking to exchange their vehicle, is having n number of channels for them to engage with the brand, get to know more about the vehicle, which means that at every touch point, automotive brands need to ensure that the customer experience is top notch, right? And not just customer experience being top notch during the life cycle of the buying cycle, but also during the life cycle or lifetime value of the vehicle. Customer also needs to be always engaged so that the customer is retained and you're able to maximize the revenue during the lifetime of a vehicle. And with latest connected vehicles and smart vehicles, as OEMs, the opportunities to leverage data, make use of the data to provide engaging experiences, upsell, cross-sell, subscriptions, etc., are abundant these days. It's a matter of you deciding how you would want to use the data that these smart devices are throwing at you. And for the customers, now today there are multiple channels that they can reach out to buy and purchase, be it the vehicle or the accessories or the subscriptions, right? Automotives in India are also trying direct to customer channels, be it online or through experience centers, which means that now at every touch point of the purchase journey also, as an OEM, you would want to know how the experience went. You would want to know who purchased where and what, so that you can continuously be engaged with that customer persona, right? What it all means is obviously abundance in terms of the volume of data that you have about the customer and the vehicle, which also brings about the point as to how do you use this data to maximize the knowledge that you have about the vehicle and the customers who own these vehicles, which means that how are you able to run AI and automation using the data that you already have. Having said that, these trends and imperatives are there for the automotive businesses, we tend to see that the automotive landscape is continued to be fragmented. What do I mean by fragmented, right? And I'll take maybe the help of this slide to explain to you why we say the automotive landscape continues to be fragmented. If you look at the left side of the slide, wherein we see that be it the sales persona who is looking at the LMS solutions, be it marketing teams who want to run contextualized campaigns, or be it the service advisors who want to not just look at the vehicle history, but also want to see what are the customer interactions that has happened by the owner of the vehicle, or be it the front-ending officers who need access to the telematics data, but today they get access to the telematics data maybe as a reactive approach, but maybe not as a proactive approach. All these personas, while they're in touch with the customer, they are all having siloed conversations, right? And when we come to the ecosystem in itself, be it your finance aggregators, the charging network providers, or even the RSA vendors that you would engage with for roadside assistance, again, these ecosystem partners are also loosely integrated when it comes to an automotive landscape, right? And this is how the experience gets broken, the journeys get broken, and this is where siloed customer truths exist within the organization. What these customer facing teams need is actually a single source of truth, right? It's a no brainer. Everyone would want to know the entire history, the entire 360-degree view of the customer or the vehicle, so that whenever they are having a conversation with the customer, they are able to have it more contextual. They're able to have more contextual engagements and conversations with the customer. This is exactly what the Einstein platform of Salesforce helps our customers solve. In a nutshell, what it helps is, it's all your CRM apps are already integrated. Our hyperscale data engine helps you to bring all data that you would have residing in different pockets of your organization into and connected to your CRM application. And today, AI is not very far off, right? And our Einstein engine with the trust layer is there within the Einstein One platform to help you leverage that data to generate intelligent and conversational insights. Let me try to do a double click in the next 2 minutes. So start with the data cloud, right? The hyperscale data cloud engine helps you to unlock data which could be residing in multiple systems across your ecosystem. It could be the sales data, service data. It could either be in Salesforce, outside of Salesforce, doesn't matter. The data cloud engine can bring in all that information into Salesforce. Not just customer data, it can bring in your vehicle data, it can bring your transporter data, whatever data you feel is relevant to bring you that intelligent customer 360-degree view. Data cloud is able to stream those data into it. It's not just about getting the data in place, it's also about harmonizing that data, right? And that's what the second block that you see on the screen is, what data cloud does. It helps you unify the data so that you're able to make sense of that data. And what do you do with that data? Obviously, you are able to ingest that data into your CRM apps. And along with Automotive Cloud, you're able to power service, sales, marketing engagements right across the life cycle of a customer. And with Einstein, like I said, also sitting on the same platform, all the insights that you would want to generate, be it predictive, be it generative in nature, the Einstein layer helps you do it. And the trust layer ensures that your customer data, your business data is within the boundaries of your security systems. Your data doesn't become the product of the platform. The platform ensures that trust layer is maintained. This is how the Einstein platform, by being integrated, helps our customers create that customer 360-degree view at a single place. And all this is built on this well-known Salesforce metadata framework, which means that it's already integrated, it's low code by default, and it's open for you to integrate the platform with any other systems that you would want to integrate. Now, specifically, if we look at how Automotive Cloud and how we look at, as Salesforce look at automotive, we try to solve 5 problem areas for our automotive customers. And that's what you see on the screen. Starting with, for OEMs, how can you delight your user experience at every touch point, right from the first inquiry a prospective buyer would want till the time he exchanges his vehicle? For example, the entire life cycle of his journey with you, how can you delight every touch point? Growingly, OEMs are also focusing on finance, right? And that's where our Automotive Cloud also has a capable model wherein you're able to also manage your captive finance operations in terms of in future, even including loan origination journeys, financial account 360-degree views, and so on and so forth. Powering the data cloud is actually how we are able to bring in the telematics data into Salesforce to even maybe proactively engage with the customer. It could be a proactive service notification that you would want to throw at your customer's console based on some telematic information that you're able to generate from the vehicle. And that's how we are able to power vehicle experiences using our data cloud and Automotive Cloud working together in tandem. And largely and mainly for in the Indian market, again, Dealers are also very close to OEMs and customers, right? And the automotive cloud has specific capabilities where you're able to extend your CRMs to your dealers to ensure that the sales, service, fulfillment, vehicle service, journeys, etc., are everything being managed on a single platform, so that you are able to be closer to your dealers. The dealers are always closer to the customer, and in the end, obviously, you as an OEM are also closer to the customer. And about the data and AI, while I've talked about it earlier as well, the data cloud and automotive cloud works in tandem to ensure that you're able to generate those AI insights right from the platform itself for the benefit of every persona that you would want to enable it with. This is how we are looking at automotive cloud. And I believe Raghu will give you a glimpse of some of the sales and service journeys that he plans to cover today. And that's it about from my side.
Thank you. Thank
Back
you
to you,
so
Vasant.
much, Sajin. Thank you. Thank you so much, Sajin, for giving a holistic idea about this automotive cloud. And in fact, I have a one question for you. Suppose because there are dignitaries from the automotive industry also there in the audience, and they might have it. You mentioned about fragmented customer experiences and the Salesforce vision, the touch points, multiple things, right? Suppose if I want to remember as an industry person, what is the Salesforce Automotive Cloud capabilities? I can use it on spot, or I can use it like this from an industry perspective, like 1, 2, 3 points. These are directly I can utilize it. What are those? Can you give us some specific capabilities?
Sure. So, also for the technical audience out here who are familiar with Salesforce, what we've done with Automotive Cloud is we've built it within the platform on top of Sales and Service Cloud. So all the industry leading sales and service capabilities by default are available on Automotive Cloud. What we have done on top of that is bring in certain industry flavors, right from a data foundation. Whatever an automotive business would want to look at in terms of the vehicle 360-degree view, the warranty life cycle, the driver 360-degree view, the data model is already in place. And on top of that, we have the automation layer of industry cloud, which will help you in terms of document generation, business rules, data processing, etc., being done for the industry layer. And on top of that is the engagement layer, which is the automotive apps, be it your auto lead management, the dealer performance management, drive console, which is very critical for service along with vehicle console, inventory search, loans and leases, which would be more relevant for captive finances. These are some of the capabilities that are already there when it comes to the automotive app layer, which would be very specific and very, I would say, in line with how an OEM would look at it when it comes to their CRM operations. So this is the direction in which we are going in terms of our automotive cloud industries, and I'm sure our industry experts will also see the value in it when they have a look at the automotive cloud.
Absolutely, absolutely, Shachin. Thank you so much. In fact, it reduces a lot of manual effort as well. Like what are the
Absolutely
regular processes we do have it? We are completely automating that.
correct.
Thank you
The
so
idea is to
much.
go for a faster go to market. That's the idea behind the industry cloud.
Exactly. We want to accelerate that business
Yeah.
with this automation. Nice. Thank you so much. So, team, with that, we got a holistic idea about this automotive cloud from Shajin. Now, how we formulated our session was as architects normally follow this T-shaped level T architecture. No, that's what we are following today in our webinar as well, because Shajin has given the upper layer the holistic idea about the automotive cloud. Who gonna dwell deep into this and gonna give us a different perspectives with respect to sales, how it gonna handle is, how it gonna help the enterprise, and also the service module. So with that, let me hand over the platform to Raghu to get us into this sales module, how it works, and what is the capabilities of it, what's the process works. Over to you, Raghu. Eagerly waiting for it.
Thank you so much, Vasant. Thank you so much, Sajin, for your insightful PPT presentation on giving the gist of automotive cloud in just 15 minutes. I'm sure 15 minutes is not enough to speak about the industry cloud. But again, just to give you a heads up, since Sajin has given the insights about the end-to-end capabilities, maybe in a shortened version. So what I would do is, I would give you a glimpse of how exactly, if I take a use case of, buying a vehicle, or in terms of OEM, how exactly we, the OEM will sell the, vehicle, right? So for that, I have a format. What I'll do is I'll explain you a diagram. I'm a diagram guy. Okay. So I'll explain the diagram in such a way that right from inquiry made by the customer through various sources till vehicle gets delivered. We can see all the touch points. And then we can also see where exactly the customer comes into picture, where the dealer comes into picture, where the OEM comes into picture, and also we can also understand the communication or the interaction between the three parties. All right. Without any delay, let me present my screen. Let me know if it is visible to you now. Yeah, it must be now.
Mm, just yes, it is Raghu. Go ahead.
Just a moment. Let me. All right. Okay. So if you can see here, if it is little zoomed out, let me zoom in. Okay. Here we have, let me explain about the diagram first. Okay. So wherever you see the person here, this is the person I'm talking about. The dotted line is the lifeline of that person, right? Like this. And then, various touch points in terms of the numbering, how the interaction will be, and then the how the flow will be, right? So with that said, let us start from the beginning. So the customer can, be he or she will be interested about a particular vehicle through various sources. It might be some WhatsApp, it must be some Instagram post, or maybe website of the OEM itself, Twitter, LinkedIn, and whatnot, right? Through various sources, you might inquire about a particular vehicle. That is where your one, two, three will come into picture. Okay. So once the inquiry is made, right? Let's say on the website, a person goes and then makes an inquiry. The moment the inquiry is made, the OEM, as in which is on the Salesforce Automotive Cloud, within which there will be sales and service processes, already configured and then ready to use. He will get the lead automatically. The nudging, the lead creation will happen. The moment lead is created, he might want to nurture it. There are again multiple ways. At times some OEMs will decide, okay, as soon as I get the lead, I'll pass it on to the dealer who is on the portal. Or some OEMs, we have seen the behaviors where they will only nurture in the first place, and only when it is in the position of becoming an opportunity, only then they will assign to it. In either case, it'll land on the dealer portal. Okay. If you see this particular section, this is a Salesforce dealer portal. Again, this is built on Experience Cloud, right? This is again, these are tightly coupled where whatever information has to be transferred from here to here, which means Automotive Cloud to Experience Cloud. It is just like that within seconds. So they are just two other windows. All right. So now here at a point we are seeing there where a particular lead is landed on the dealer screen, right? Dealer may also get the leads in the form of walk-ins or a normal phone call and whatnot, right? So he will be also be having the ability to create leads and then convert and then make it as an opportunity and then take it forward. Or he might also get the leads or the converted leads into as opportunities, right? Like this as well. Ultimately, in either case, whether he gets by himself or the OEMs will send him, right? Or the opportunity account and contact creation will happen, so that the dealer can contact the customer. If you look at the this particular section, right? This is where the dealer customer representative might want to talk to the customer, get more details about his requirements, etc., right? And if he's in need of any information about the vehicle variant, color, specifications, and whatnot, as a buyer, we might be having n number of custom requirements, I would say. So we would definitely bombard with our requirements to the customer representative or the salesperson. I mean, that is where he might ask me, send me the brochure, vehicle details, and whatnot. So all of this can be easily done on the dealer portal. He might send the brochures, vehicle details in the form of PDF, in the form of email, etc. Right? Once that is sent to the customer might show interest on a particular variant and design and whatnot, right? So that is where he might ask, this thing, how would I, even buy the vehicle? So he would ask, okay, let me, have a test drive. So the interaction might happen between the customer and the dealer, and then he might ask for a test drive. Slots will be arranged for that. Accordingly, a test drive would be taken. Once the customer, is done with the test drive, so that is where he might, go in a decision mode, whether it is yes or no. If it is yes, obviously the opportunity is lost, right? But again, this the lost opportunity visibility will also be on the OEM side as well, right? Because they would want to know for what reason a particular opportunity is lost. Obviously, one would want to have a comparative study done. For example, the performance of the vehicle in terms of market demand, whether it is liked by the people or not. Now we can bring out various dashboards and reports with instant capabilities here, so that we can understand, okay, whether the new variant which is brought by the OEM is it performing the way OEM wanted originally, correct? So with all the insights we can have with the reporting and then the dashboard Einstein, coupled with Einstein, we can churn out. Let's say the vehicle is liked by the customer, right? That is where he will tell, okay, I'm good with the vehicle now. Let me know the further procedures, right? The moment he agrees or making a buying the vehicle, then the dealer would want to have a token advance taken from the customer, right? And then if it is the case, it is a matter of click of a button, so that the customer gets the link and the payment will be done by the customer just like that, right? So once that is done, right? So now the dealer has the order booking done, right? So now the dealer has to place a purchase order to OEM, right? So that, for example, if it is not in stock, or uh, if it is in stock, then and there you can deliver it. If it is not in stock, raise purchase order, and then stock check should happen against the warehouse, right? All of this can be seamlessly done. So based on that, you'll get to know whether a particular vehicle is can be delivered on a date what customer is asking, right? So once the delivery date is confirmed, the OEM will get the bike, but the vehicle to the showroom. That is where the vehicle will be ready to be delivered. Before that, the dealer will generally do the pre-delivery inspection, and then a vehicle will be received by the customer. That is where we get that big key, and then we'll be able to take a photo, isn't it? All right, so that is about this diagram. Okay, I believe you got some insights. In fact, any customer, in fact, most of you must be having already vehicles. We must have gone through this journey. Just that, we must have not given a thought about it, how exactly the nitty-gritties would be, right? So this is about the diagram. What I'll do is now, I'll show you a video demo wherein I'll walk you through the journey of the customer, right from making an inquiry till taking that key. Uh, I
Sure,
believe
sure.
you're okay with
Um,
that, right? Okay.
yes, yes.
Can
Raghu,
I?
before getting into that, actually,
Sure.
you opened up a big forum for the questions with this concept. In
Mm-hmm.
fact,
Tell
like,
me.
this is very interesting because as a customer, I knew the conversation in the first column to the second column. My conversation with the dealer. At the end, as you said, he will hand over the key to us. But what happens behind the show, it's very interesting. Raghu, just I would like to
Absolutely.
understand one thing. Yeah, I would like to understand
Mm-hmm.
one thing about that. The PDI, you mentioned it, right? In the diagram, you do have it. What is it about?
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
what kind of stuff will happen over here?
Yep. So most often, if you have taken a bike or car, right? So generally, when you are at the showroom, when you are about to take the vehicle delivered, right, or take home, that is the point where the showroom guys will do the pre-delivery inspection. What does it mean? Is that whether vehicle is in a good condition, everything is in place, etc. No parts are missed, etc. Right? And then they will be having a big checklist for that matter. Okay. So at times they will do this PDI in front of the customer. They will be having a
Mm.
section, separate section within the showroom, for doing this PDI. So once you are okay with the PDI, they will take your consent and then deliver the bike to you, or the other car.
Yeah.
So that's how the procedure is. Maybe from next time onwards, if you are visiting any showroom, right, just have a look around so that you'll understand what are different sections are available, and then how the things will be happening within the dealer workshop or showroom.
Sure, sure. In fact, I do ask them, like, what is the platform you're managing, using for utilizing all
Exactly.
this? Sure,
Sure.
sure. I'll do that. Thank you so
All
much,
right.
Sajid.
So
Yeah, please
okay.
continue.
So since I've explained you the diagram now, I'll directly jump into the recording where it is, where I'll walk you through the journey. So hope you're ready for that. And then, yep, you can play the video now.
Sure.
If you can see, the customer has made a inquiry from the website, right? Now lead has come in. And now the lead conversion is happening, right? So that is where the lead is converted now. So once the lead is converted, so we have to, the lead dealer will talk to the customer, as I explained earlier. Okay, so what exactly that vehicle is about, which vehicle, and what all parts he has asked, etc. Right? So that is the customer's vehicle of interest. So once that is done, so that is obviously where the customer would ask for a test drive, right? So the screen what you're seeing is the dealer's screen on the portal. All right, so now the test drive is created, and then it is also scheduled based on the customer's availability, etc. So assuming that the customer has liked the vehicle, accordingly quote will be sent, right? So giving all the necessary information, etc., and then this will be shared to the customer in the form of a PDF, right? So once the PDF is created like this, so generally it will be sent over an email. So that is where the customer can reply back whether he is interested or not, or whether he wants some more time, etc., or negotiate, etc. So understanding that quote is accepted by the customer, it means he's really okay with the price, everything, right? So that is where the order gets created. So within which, against the order, you must be. So this is the wonderful feature where we can integrate with third parties, insurance vendors, let's say, right? Insurance will be added if there's a warranty, system or extended warranty, or the product warranty and whatnot. We can extend this to any good amount of features. Now the order is activated in terms of both warranty and insurance. Now this is the PDF which will be sent to the customer, order PDF. So once it is done, the payment link will be sent to the customer, and then that is where, before that, the payment terms in terms of capturing what amount, and then whether he wants to be doing the payment in terms of cash, check, and whatnot, those all will be captured. Okay, and then we'll also understand whether he wants to do a full payment, if it is EMI, etc. all will be taken care just seamlessly. And this is the invoice at the end, which will be generated, and this will be shared to the customer. All right, so immediately a payment receipt also will be generated, and vehicle is ready to be delivered. So again, this is a very simple process. I haven't mentioned about the PDI, what I was talking about. We can plug in that piece also. So wherein we can tell this is ready to be delivered. That's here we go. The big key in front of you.
Nice, nice. It's really awesome. The entire thing you show it on a chat and then you presented the whole description. It's really good. Starting from a lead from a
Absolutely.
website till the point invoice as well.
Yep.
Really interesting.
Now the point.
Yep.
So now the vehicle is delivered. So obviously, after 4 months or 5 months, you would want to be, having a first service done or second service done and whatnot. Even if it is a series of services and or a breakdown of the vehicle and whatnot, you would be wanting the need of technology, right? So that is where the service, the process is what I would be explaining in the next 10 minutes would give you the insights. So hope you're ready for that.
Sure.
Let me
Yes, yes.
get
Raghu,
into
Raghu,
that
just
mode then.
before this, just before
Okay.
that, there is a one question to both of you actually, Raghu and Shajin as well. The first question,
Hmm.
we'll start it with you, Raghu. Now, as the business we are seeing it, now from everything it came from laptop to mobile. Everything people are doing it through mobile only. So how robust is this platform? First thing, I can utilize it in, I mean the customer agents can utilize it in mobile. Is it the same way as laptop? And second point, even people want to make payments, they want to get notifications in WhatsApp or some other channels. How robust is this? Can we get all those things? Is it integrate? Can we integrate this? Yeah.
Absolutely. So see, the Salesforce platform, that is the best part of Salesforce, I would say. So forget about all the clouds. Just think platform, right? It is a plain vanilla, thing for you where you can build anything, right? So if Salesforce has developed on that platform all these clouds, which means they have put customer centric in the center and then delivered everything around the customer, which means the sophistication of using the cloud on the desktop would be same to that of using on the mobile. For example, if I'm a salesperson, okay, I want to kind of churn out the leads and then convert them, etc., in just with the mobile, right? So the salespeople can use a Salesforce One mobile app, which is again comes with the cloud itself without paying any extra amount for that, right? So it will be having a nice, very nice visuals in terms of how do we maneuver things, etc., navigate, lead, opportunity, entire life cycle we can do there, right? And for that matter, we can also do a PDF generation on the mobile itself, seamlessly. You need not go to desktop at all. Okay. When it comes to the customer point of view also, for example, if the customer is having a touch point in terms of any website or something, that can also be made mobile responsive, and then they can be given touch point to pay. So for example, so many OEMs nowadays having the mobile for the customers as well, where they can do the payment seamlessly, right? So that's the power of Salesforce, I would say, in the nutshell.
Nice, nice, nice. Awesome. So that everything can be done within the laptop or with the mobile. They can do it anywhere. They can work from anywhere, you could say.
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Now the question to Shajin, just as you mentioned about the data cloud as well. Here, the whole thing is running around the data. A lot of customer data is going here and through. So how secure is my data as a customer? And is the data is in compliance with the government, local body government norms in the Salesforce?
A very critical question, Sant. And I would say flavor of the R also in terms of data privacy, security of data. Is the product using my data as the product? Is my data secure? Is it leaving the boundaries of my enterprise security, etc.? Right. I'll just
Yeah.
uh, catch on to what Raghu mentioned in terms of the platform capabilities. Salesforce is API first, Salesforce is security first, and Salesforce is mobile first when it comes to user experience, right? I just wanted to lay that point out. When it comes to security, and specific to address to the question that you've addressed, asked, Vasant, whatever the government regulations are today, be it in any country, we tend to adhere to it. So if suppose we have an OEM in India who has global operations, for example, right, for their India business, while the norms are not yet, but soon there could be a norm or a regulation that the India customer data should be residing in India, right? Salesforce is already compliant for your international operations. So suppose if the OEM has export businesses in Europe and other markets where GDPR and other regulations are in play, right? Specific markets, wherever such regulations are in play, Salesforce is already compliant. We have data centers which ensure that data residency is in play. Our security framework, when it comes to who gets to see what and do what, right? It also is extended to our data cloud framework as well, because it's also part of the same metadata framework, which means that on data cloud also, irrespective of what kind of data you're bringing in, the security aspects are taken care of, so that the access to any data is restricted to whoever is supposed to see and in that region. So that ways, trust continues to be the number one value for us when it comes to as an organization as well as the platform. So trust is something that our customers need not bother about when it comes to the data of their customers and their own data.
Great, great, great. So good to know about that. In fact, that's the most wondering point, right? In that too, in this world, a lot of inorganic data is going on, is increasing day by day. So, how robust and how secure is my data? Just that answer is really, really helpful. Thank you so much. So, with that, I'm having questions and comment questions are coming in comments also. But let's jump into the other thing to maintain the session. Okay, Raghu, I'm handing the platform to you to get into the service console.
All right
Yeah,
then.
Raghu.
So you have taken the vehicle. Don't you want to get it serviced?
I do, I
Don't
do.
you?
Else my parents will.
All right. All right. So let me walk you through the journey, how exactly that happens. Most often we just leave the vehicle there and without having the knowledge what happens at the backdrop, right? So all will be bothered is when will be my vehicle be delivered in a good shape, right? So let us understand from the dealers as well as within the workshop and then the OEM perspective, what exactly happens, behind the scenes. Let me present my screen to explain a diagram first, and then video next in terms of the demo. All right. Let me know if my screen is visible now. I'm just sharing now. Yep. All right. So it is visible, I believe. All right. So with that said, again, I'll again follow the same approach, where I'll explain about the personas first, and then I'll also talk about the journey next, right? So here you can see the left-hand section, customer, and then we have within the dealer network or on the workshop itself, we have a service advisor, workshop manager, spare parts manager, and then on the OEM side, we must be having a sales team as well as OEM warehouse. There can be n number of personas, for the benefit of demo and presentation. I'm limiting it to the important personas, where generally we can see, right? So with that said, let us understand what is the customer's touch point. For example, if I'm having a vehicle, I know I may not be bothered where the service station is at the beginning, right? So what I'll do, I'll go to the website. I'll look out for, okay, I'll locate the dealer first. Or I'll just say, I want, this is my so much so model, and this is the vehicle, and this is the chassis number, and this is how much kilometers it has done, etc. All the things are filled in. And then I would want a service booking done to the nearest dealer, right? I'm not bothered about where exactly the dealer is, etc. Right. So now the OEM will take care of handling the service request. Okay, in terms of assigning that particular service booking against the nearest service. I mean, the service workshop handled by the dealer. Right. I assuming that the particular team is having a console to do that, etc. Then automatically the service booking will land on the dealer portal. The moment the service booking is landing on the portal, he might want to do next steps. But again, At times, the customers will also do a quick walk-in just to see, a particular, the brand's service station, and then they will just walk in and then give there, or they will call particular dealer and then get the details, and then they will land at the doorstep of the workshop. In either case, the very first person generally to attend a customer is the service advisor, right? He will make you, understand what is the process, okay, and then he will also ask you what all things wrong with your vehicle, or is it that you want to do some extra fittings, some oil change and whatnot, right? There could be anything. So all of the queries as well as the request will be taken care by the advisor, right? So that is where the interaction will be a little detailed between the advisor and the customer, right? So if it is a phone-in customer, he might give you the date on when exactly you can come in for the date, in the sense for the service, correct? The moment that is agreed upon, the vehicle now already in the workshop. The moment the vehicle is in the workshop, generally service advisor creates something called job card, right? This word is not so unfamiliar to any of you, I would say, because everybody must have taken their vehicles in service station. The moment you create a job card, so meaning that the customer details are already mentioned, okay? Maybe the customer concerns, and then there'll be some section of that, etc. Maybe the advisor wants to take a detailed pic, the 60-degree pic of the vehicle in terms of the scratches, etc., etc. Right? All those will be on the job card. Again, this can be improvised to any other level. To say that there are some solutions where on the job card itself, scan. I mean, you can just take the pic and then and then attach it to the job card itself, right? When the job card is done or created by the advisor, it will be monitored by the workshop manager instantaneously. It means what? Since these are all the users of Salesforce itself on the portal, right? Any record gets created, we can have a mechanism, to notify a particular workshop manager who is managing the workshop, right? So based on the details acquired, or the uh, analysis done by the advisor in the first go, he might create a estimation, right? A rough estimation. For example, now so and so things are there in your vehicle, so and so parts have gone, etc. Right? So for which this could cost you around 5K or around 8K or 10K and whatnot. Right? It is not that that is the entire amount, the final amount itself. Right? It is a rough estimation at the beginning. The moment the estimation is prepared, it will be sent to the customer, as well as the spare parts manager would be notified for that. For example, on the job card, let's say he has added my rear view mirror is gone, or my something wrong with the cushioning factor of the vehicle. The rim is a little bent, or a bonnet has gone, etc. All of that must be written by the advisor. Based on that, spare parts manager would decide, okay, what exactly parts to be added on the job card, right? So he prepares a good list of the items which are required to do the servicing of the particular vehicle, and then he will raise PO, purchase order, for the parts which have to be procured from the OEM, right? For example, something is not there in the workshop. Let's say the mirror is missing, or it is not in the stock, etc. He would raise a purchase order. The moment the purchase order is received by the OEM, right, they would do the parts stock check as well as the warranty check, right? In either case, the parts would be ready and we will be dispatched, right? So once the parts are dispatched, and then when the workshop, the spare parts manager would get those parts, that will be done by the technician in the backdrop again. The mechanics and all, they will fit that everything. They will do the servicing, etc. So it is not just in a fraction of 1 or 2 seconds the way I'm doing it now, 13 to 14. It will not happen like that. It may take a day or a day, not 2 days for that matter. Once that vehicle is serviced, that is where the advisor would be notified, so that he will be closing the job card, right? So once he closes the job card, again, your favorite thing, Vasant. pre-delivery inspection, right? So it has to be done, wherein the vehicle will be checked against all the parameters, all the concerns are raised by the customer and whatnot, right? Once that inspection is done, so if no problem found, that is where the payment request will be sent to the customer as well as the service invoice, right? If there is some problem, again the parts manager as well as the workshop manager and the service advisor along with the mechanics, they would really want to kind of do the analysis and then redo something. For example, something is not fixed, some screw is loose or whatnot, those things will be taken care. Again, we will land on but this particular box, which is 18, which means now the service invoice has gone and the payment request also will be sent to the customer. And this is where we can have the payment integration in place, right? It can be very seamlessly done. So in fact, one of the best things, as Sajin was mentioning, Salesforce is API first, right? With those APIs, we can integrate with the payment gateways, right? And then customer can seamlessly make the payment as well as he will get his vehicle delivered back. So that's all the process. That's how the process will be, behind the scenes, Vasant. And next time when you visit service station, do look around and just see, how exactly people will be maneuvering from one place to another, and then how the job card will be created, etc. You'll get to know.
Sure, definitely. After this
All right.
much of idea, why don't I do that? In fact, I'll cross question them. Do you have this? Do you have that?
Absolutely.
Are you following? Cool. Thank you
Awesome.
so much.
So
And
what I'll do is, if you have questions, or if not, I'll be jumping to show exactly, how the service demo would be on the system.
okay, we'll go to the demo and then we'll open up the Q&A.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So if you can see here, the service request has come directly to the OEM, right? And that is where, with the help of scheduler, which is again one of the best features of Salesforce, that appointment, service appointment will be done, and accordingly, the dealer will see that. Now, the whatever screen we saw as OEM, now the screen is for the dealer, right? The dealer got the service request. You can see the job card. Now the job card is getting created. So maybe you can fill in the customer information, right? All of it. And then you can initiate the job card creation, right? The moment you do that, it will open up many more things in terms of, the customer invoice, the customer voice, as well as what exactly the bike is all about, etc. As a preliminary advising, he will do all of that. On the top hand right section, you also saw that vehicle pictures, right? Then you can see the customer information is being again filled in terms of having the copies created, right? The job card will be created in terms of the details like this. All right. This is where a copy will be given to the customer. The as well as there'll be hard copy given, right? Based on that, the next processes will happen. Okay. So we'll also understand whether it is paid service, it is non-paid service, etc. Right? Description will be done against each customer concern. The moment that is done, that is where work order gets created behind the scenes. When we say work order, so we'll be having a good amount of information on the work order. So The navigation happens from one persona to the another person here. For example, now we are adding the products, right? So this is where the parts manager would be adding parts required for that particular vehicle to be serviced. All right, so all of those parts are required, and this is where we'll be having uh, action taken against each customer voice. When you say customer voice, the concern of the customer, etc., will be handled. So this information is gathered at the job code level itself. Okay, so once the vehicle is done, serviced, etc., that is where I was talking about the payment integration. Now you got the customer got the payment request. He'll be doing the payment seamlessly once it is integrated, right? Now once the payment is done, so your vehicle is ready to be taken home, right? So, but again, you'd want to have some payment receipts, etc. So definitely those can be, given in the form of customer copy, etc. Right? Isn't it that seamless?
Of course it is. Oh God, we ran it with a proper music at the background, and then we ran it as a lullaby, right? But it's like a end-to-end flow, Raghu. Multiple people involved in multiple departments involved in it. It's very clear.
Absolutely. Yep.
Thank you so much. I have set of questions, and in fact, people are pinging me personally as well. But we'll go in the order as I mentioned. I got some questions in the comments. Okay, we'll go with this first. Even a question from Saiful Khan from YouTube. Hi. Is there any PDA functionality in Salesforce Automotive Cloud? And if yes, what approach it's using? Maybe one in you can take that question. I'm just repeating that. Is there any
Yep.
PDI functionality in Salesforce Automotive Cloud? If yes, what approach it is using?
Yeah, the question I'll break into two parts. The PDI is definitely, we do have, okay, maybe a little bit of customization on top of whatever Salesforce gives. We may have to do that because, it is not same across all of the, OEMs where they follow similar approach, right? Different OEMs have different approaches for that matter. That is where the custom angle would come in there, right? The approach is, I'm not sure what exactly the approach is, the question is all about, but it is more or less, PDI is the important step in terms of delivering a vehicle as a a defined checklist they would be maintaining. This can be configured very seamlessly, right? And then, this can be done at the dealer level itself, right? So some of the objects come out of the box, and then some of the objects we may have to create and then design the screens accordingly. That's how we go about PDI process.
Okay, cool. Saiful Khan, hope it answered your question. And if you have any other further comments, also please keep it in the comments. And then the next question, it is somewhat interesting. This is from Vayan Shukla from YouTube. Can it be integrated with Tally for accounting? As we knew, most of the people are using Tally, that too in the Indian ecosystem. So it opened up a good question. Can it be integrated with Tally for accounting?
Absolutely. So I would definitely, answer this question. The reason being, one of the Cloud Odyssey's capabilities is that, we have integrated Tally bidirectional, right? So meaning that not many, companies would have the capabilities in terms of doing bidirectional. For example, now the data is flowing from, your Salesforce a platform to the Tally. We would also get the information in terms of the acknowledgement or any updates that are happening on the Tally and back to Salesforce, right? So it is seamlessly possible. There is no doubt about it.
Okay, perfect. Mr. Vayan Shukla, if you have that question or if you have some scenario, please come to us. We can implement and then provide it to you as well. That's what Raghu was answering about. We already have a built-in asset. It's like a plug and play. You can come, take it, and then use it. Sh- Sajin, would you like to comment on this, the PDI or the tally functionality?
On the PDI, maybe I thought because the question was what is the underlying capability that you might want to use from Industry Cloud. I would assume this is a good fit for our OmniScript Studio, Omni Studio, wherein like Raghu mentioned, right, PDI process would differ from OEM to OEM, model to model, but that Omni Studio will help you build those capabilities in terms of the user experience, the checklist, the flows, that 1, 2, 3 that you would want to configure as part of the PDI seamlessly on the Omni Studio capability, which is within the Auto Cloud. Folks who are familiar with Salesforce flows, Omni Studio is flows plus plus plus, the way I would look at it, and that's something that's already available in Automotive Cloud.
Nice.
And
Flows plus
Tally,
plus
yeah,
plus.
yeah. And with respect to Tally, not just within Automotive Cloud, Tally, wherever there is distribution network involved, Tally is definitely would be the accounting solution for maybe 90% of the distributors of our of brands, right? Be it in manufacturing, consumer goods, or auto, and we have scenarios across industries where Salesforce and Tally talks to each other seamlessly.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Sajin. And so far, I'm aware of the C++. Now you brought this flow plus plus plus. It is interesting. Okay. And team, we are exactly on time. Just I would like to ask one particular thing and then we can close it. It's worthy. Even audience, I request you as we are exceed 5 minutes, but it's this whole session went useful. And one particular thing to question to Raghu, just we have seen the holistic idea of a customer 360 of the Salesforce Automotive Cloud, sales and service consoles as well, and a robust regarding the entire things as well. Do we have any specific use case, Raghu, where in your particular tenure you worked on it, you helped with this? Would you like to share one quickly?
Absolutely. So I was fortunate enough to, work for many of the automobile, companies, I would say, giving them the Salesforce solution even before AutoCloud was existing, right? In terms of, for example, I was one of those guys who designed, the CRM as well as end-to-end dealership management service for one of the prestigious brands. Maybe I'll not take the name here, but again, way back in 2013 and 14, in those times. But again, now if I can relate that particular features to Automotive Cloud, I feel so blessed to have so many things that just like this on the fingertips, right? For which we used to code a lot back then, and then so much of headbanging in terms of creating that robust data model, everything. So now Salesforce is having that flavor automatically a day to eat for you, right? So yeah, I mean, as part of Cloud Odyssey, we have done similar, implementation for the one of the fastest growing OEMs, Right River, right, where we have given them the OEM solution. We also building the DMS portal for them to do the processes in terms of sales and service as well. So some of the processes which I have shown in the diagram are almost linked with them in terms of with my experience plus their experience, as well as how exactly the generic trend is all about. That is how it is built. In fact, Automotive Cloud has amazing number of features. For example, let me tell you one thing. There's something called product request, right? For example, let's say a dealer has a, vehicle to be delivered after servicing, right? But he doesn't have a particular product, right? So he can request that product with the another dealer, right? He may not directly go to the OEM, right? So he can have a exchange done or communication done between the dealers. So that kind of features we used to think of having it, when I was developing some solutions for the OEMs, but now we have it already in on the platter, right? So that's how automotive cloud will be very handy in terms of giving you end-to-end sales and then service solutions.
Nice,
I
nice.
hope I answered your question. Yeah.
Yes, yes, you answered the you brought to history and then brought to present as well. Nice. It's
Yeah.
again a
Yeah.
360-degree view of it.
Yeah.
Thank you so
So
much.
Auto 360.
Yes, out of 360. So with that, I got another question. I'll quickly take it 1 minute. This is from Dinsha Bhada. How about offerings for auto component customers? Maybe if it is related to pricing model, yes, we can have a conversation, Mr. Dinsha. If it's related to pricing, you can have a conversation in private as well. And Raghu, would you like to take this question? How about offerings for auto component customers?
Uh, okay. So maybe Mr. Dinsha is asking about the parts auto component customers.
Yeah, Dinsha, can you specify it a bit more actually?
Yeah.
Or
If not, we
yeah,
can definitely get back to them in terms of answering the
yes, yes, yes.
question. So if I'm
Just can
reading
you
the
make
question
your
I'll
properly,
take
he's
me,
talking
me
about
a minute. If suppose it's about auto components, be it tier one,
Mhm.
tier two auto components companies operating in India, supplying to OEMs, maybe directly and
supplying.
or through maybe an aftermarket pricing, right? We have customers who use Salesforce, maybe not
Okay.
automotive cloud, but we do have other industry clouds which are more suited for such organizations.
okay, yeah. Thank you, Shajin. And Dinsha has also mentioned it. It's not only about pricing, it's about a process flow for auto component customers.
Absolutely. Leading, for
Okay.
example, leading battery manufacturers use Salesforce in India.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Thank
So
you.
it is
Thank you
more
so
of
much.
suppliers for the OEMs. For example, now OEM got some request from the dealer, and then let's say some things are the OEMs will be getting it from the suppliers. They'll be having their own vendor network,
Right.
right? So that is where these things will be very much handy. And the platform is very much capable enough to handle the supplier's journey as well, as Sajjan was
Got
mentioning
it.
before.
Got it. Yeah. Thank you so much. Hope, Dinsha, that answered your question. And people, yes, thank you. And people were getting questions, but let me be a villain character here. We have to close this because let us stick to the timelines. And Saiful Khan, another question came in. Our architects, Raghu Prasad and also Shazin, Muhammad Shazin, they're available in LinkedIn. Please connect with them and have your questions, have a conversation with them. They are available and very good people. I've multiple times I disturbed them a lot, but they answered me so politely. You will get the same response. Please comment on them, and also you can comment on the Salesforce Cloud Odyssey page. You can ping me personally as well. It's Vasant Mitana for any queries or you need clarifications or you people expect some sessions, continuous sessions or another Salesforce clouds, we will plan some webinars as well, people. Just you can approach us. With that, I would like to heartfully say warm thank you to both of our architects, Shazin and Raghu. It's really, really wonderful session. Within this
Same
one
here.
hour, we people taken this. Yeah,
Thanks for having us here, Basant and Cloud Odyssey team.
Thank you, Sajin,
most
for
welcome.
being
The pleasure is all ours.
on the. I mean, it's a great opportunity for me as well to share the screen with you guys. Thanks, Sajin. Thank you, Vasant, for being wonderful host. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. As I said, pleasure is all mine. Thanks a lot, everyone. Let us catch up in next webinar.
Right. Bye.